Respect for human rights and access to justice for all is a fundamental aspect of human development and key ingredient to poverty eradication and sustainable development. As such, the Republic of Uganda has, in addition to putting in place legal and institutional framework to enhance access to justice and promote and protect the rights of all, it has also shown greater will and commitment to support the justice, law and order sector. Government records indicate that government had invested 50.3 in jails over the last 10 years, with over 6% of the sector share of the national budget, with a view of ensuring that justice is accessed to all Ugandans. Article 22 of the Constitution states that the rights and freedoms of the individual and groups enshrined in this chapter shall be respected, upheld, and promoted by all organs and agencies of government and by all persons.
I was arrested on 3rd September 2013. The complainant only appeared last year in June when he heard that they wanted to release us. When they asked him for witness, he had none. Then lawyers were transferred, so up to now, we are still on remand. Have got a number of sicknesses plus HIV.
Access to justice remains a dream for many Ugandans, particularly the poor, who in many cases cannot afford the cost of the requirements of the straining, elaborate justice administration process. The poorest persons continue to face injustices such as human rights abuses, domestic violence, land grabbing, and case mismanagement. Legal services are universally expensive and confined to other areas.
I heard that my husband had sold our land in a bar without my consent. I couldn't believe it. After 1 month, the one he had sold to phoned me at the roadside. He parked his car and asked me whether I knew about the land sale. I said no. Then he said no matter what, the man has a right to sell his property because he has his problems. Though I wanted to give you the balance. Had heard World Voices on radio as they discussed these same issues in Burora. Then I went to their offices. Thereafter, we agreed. The man accepted to take the money and gave back the land.
By the time I came here, my case was already in court in Masindi, but they referred us back to World Voices for further review.
I bought the land from Chiza Mary, Moseyosia's daughter. Then Karori Kaija came and started disturbing us. We went to court and they started tossing us. Then we heard of this organization. We came to them. Jumba is now helping us.
We have been suffering with Muze, transporting him to and from court. I'm grateful for World Voices. I'm poor, but Karoli Kaija was chasing us away from our land. I thank World Voices because we went to Chibale, Masindi and Kampala, but finally we have started getting peace.
owing to the fact that over 31% of population living under the poverty line with a host of the legal and social needs, the majority cannot afford the laborious and financially demands of the justice delivery processes in Uganda. According to Legal Aid Program by DGF 2012, Uganda has only 1,640 lawyers registered with Uganda Law Society, leaving only 16% of the entire country with access to full-time legal representation by lawyers.
We need to see impact in terms of legal rights for all, not for men, but for the children, for the women, for everybody.
Land which is used not to be commercially viable, now it has become commercially interesting because of the discovery of oil. Everybody is prospecting. So the land grabbing and all those, we feel like as much as we welcome the economic development in that area, but I think the rights of these ordinary people who are being in that area should be respected, and also there should be due compensation if actually they are to be evicted. But still, these are people who are not willing to move anywhere, so they need to be accommodated with the bigger picture of actually having an area which is becoming economically prosperous.
We are also looking at how do we help the people of Kibali to secure land titles, because this is the campaign that we are starting, and we want to ensure that we fight the land grabbing in the district.
Poor infrastructure, lack of awareness of the process of justice administration, mistrust of the law, fear and intimidation of the court and police environment, coupled with inadequate knowledge about the legal procedures and their rights, is yet another hindrance in access to justice for the poor.
First of all, Kibali district still lags behind, like in many upcountry districts. But still it takes almost an important position, because if you look at infrastructure, we still have the poorest of the poor infrastructure network. If you look at the roads, for example, from Hoima to Chengeti, from Mubende to Daiga, sometimes when it rains, you can spend about 2 days, to cross over to another district. So what does it mean? It means accessing services is a problem. Hospitals don't have, medicine. Schools, children no longer learn. Yes, they go to school, but they don't learn.
It is against this backdrop that World Voices Uganda, a local human rights advocacy NGO working to promote the rights of vulnerable and enhance access to justice for the poor, indigent, with generous support from Independent Development Fund, has been implementing a project in Chiwale district to enable the most vulnerable access justice and their rights promoted and respected.
To Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom, we really appreciate the organization of that NGO World Voices Uganda for what they have done, especially on mobilizing people to know their rights and to know to reach on justice.
I want to appreciate their contribution and the contribution of the donors. They have done a lot for Chiwale, but a lot more is yet to be done, especially on land matters, especially on domestic violence, on witchcraft, I would say. Yes, those things come up, and at the end of the day, you only need to sensitize. They are doing well on Bataka courts, and I just pray that the donors should do more of funding, and even extending the entire Chiwale, such that people can access their services.
When those matters appear to be criminal, we pursue the criminal part. If they are civil, we make referrals. We make referrals to organizations like, for example, World Voices, who are really the voice of the voiceless.
It's very important because most of the people around this region, they are not aware. They have no awareness about the laws. Others don't know how to get bail. Others are handicapped by money. Communication becomes a problem. So World Voices really has intervened and has made it easy to access justice.
Their project, codenamed Legal Rights Awareness and Access to Justice for the Poor and Vulnerable and those in conflicts with the law, has been instrumental in enhancing access to justice for all. The 2-year project was aimed at increasing civic awareness and consciousness, raising on the usage of existing laws and procedures of access to justice and rights protection for the victims of rights abuse. The project also was to increase respect, protection, and promotion of the rights and access to justice for women, children, and the poor in conflict with the law.
I went to the lawyer, explained to him my problems. He made it a point to find my stolen motorcycle. There are 2 districts between, but they found it in Bundibuju. I did not even spend 100 shillings. I asked them how much it would cost. They said, no, we are here to help people.
I had a problem with my family. My children wanted land and we had conflicts. I took my problems to this office and now I have peace.
ebirungi byona nabikunda banyegesa ko barangume baranyihe nyuma ndakarika kubona bonere nyuma obu nabere nyine ubutikirizana nazesererwa twazayo mu office n'ibijyanye byo nababimara gama naja kunyita amazire kugambira nabika ngo umurahura amazire kumwita kumwiruki abana batabagenzi bebandi batakora ngabanyine okutina kwa amani no bokaguzo ngo mukaza yabari hano omuntu bayire ni imbyama saheke betati ubusangira atarikire kuombeka nero na wakamara yafuka wena yikiriza nawe biragira ngo byabakire batweramu nyasanga amazire kugona hata umutima gwange mutarikire.
Particular cases were in Bikara where a widowed woman with 11 children was being bundled into a vehicle and chased away, evacuated from the land that had belonged to her late husband. When this matter came to court, the contenders of the other side, the other parties, were brothers of the late husband. World Voices stood by the side of the widowed woman and the orphaned children, and the decision was made on their behalf with the help of World Voices. Most of the matters were actually being resolved without appearing to court in their own offices, and sometimes with this help of other lawyers, they would sit down to sort out the matter before it comes to court. What would only be done is they would come and give me a feedback.
For the last 1 year, the project has become the voice of the voiceless. The inmates are coached with basic tips on how to demand for their legal rights and justice. The victims of violation are also able to report their cases in court and police. Issues of inheritance and succession and land grabbing that have been an issue are being managed through community awareness and training on will making and procedures of securing their property rights. The police bond, which used to be a cause for concern, is near becoming history.
For example, I got problems with my brother Kazalwa Francis. We went to police, arrested each other, but we were referred to World Voices Uganda. We settled the matter with Bataka. We divided land, they demarcated the land, and now we have peace.
Ndatwara umugisha kusima ekitongole kya World Voices na munonga ahabwe mishomo iyo base kureta umucweka kinu ebase kutwisa ahabusinguzi.
I would like to thank World Voices for the seminars on our rights, trainings on land issues. We learned about the will, and I have been a leader but without knowing laws and rights about children, women and people in society.
Tukaba twinemo na munonga shongezera kira kuba mu maka domestic violence konka abanyamateka batwegesa ahabugabi bw'abantu abomuka na munongo mwana omukazi na nyineka okubashime kwa baratwaza tumazire kwega ekyo tukashanga kandi twine mentaro ez'ebibanja na munonga.
They taught us about the land issues and advantages of land.
Kandi batwereka no kurishemerere okutwazibwa. Ekizibu kinyi kikakiri kuleterwa aha omuntu nyineka okufa atakozere ekiramo konka ahanyuma.
Another problem was the will and how to write the will.
Abantu okugaruka habuteka tukaba twinemu obuzibu okutamanya emitwarize ya gavumenti na munonga polisi kabora shanga omuntu yabona polisi ayiruka yanga kujya amakuru marungi.
They helped us to know about the government policies and police.
Polisi aturugunyizibwa batwereka ngo polisi n'abakozi ba gavumenti kandi bine mishara yabo.
As a human rights defender, I've been engaged in mobilizing community members, sensitizing them how to move and manage human rights, exercise their human rights, and I've been connecting, and I do connect the community members, civilians, and the police officers who are dealing with the policies, see that at least people are now really saved or treated well.
Before this project started, people didn't know that somebody need to have a document to show the right ownership of the property they have. Women were signing as witnesses, and yet they have contributed towards the purchase of their property in their home. The men have been selling land, matrimonial homes, without the consent of their wives. Now, this has reduced, and we see that in the future this will be completely eliminated.
The project has further helped in rejuvenating the justice administration coordination mechanism in the district through synergizing with other JLO's stakeholders under the umbrella of DCC. This has quickened justice service delivery in the district, but also harmonized coordination in justice service delivery and referral pathways in the district. The innovative ways such as interactive breakfast dialogues, which bring out key human rights issues, have been influenced the justice agenda and increased responsiveness among the key actors in administration of justice.
On some occasions they have provided us with some materials like soap, like plates. They even provided us with 2 radios so that the prisoners can get access to information and know what is happening outside the world. They have helped family section here to develop an handicraft industry. Even for now, you have heard they have been telling him to come. There are some prisoners who have overstayed. They want him to come and assist them and see the magistrate and the lawyers for them.
They find it hard to come to police, but they begin with World Voices. So in turn, World Voices makes referrals to us. By us working on cases that we have been referred to, we find it so very easy, and we work on those cases very fast because we find that we have been provided with facts. There is no need to delay.
They have facilitated us in some matters like pertaining to children. Sometimes we don't have funds to feed the children when they are brought here. When they have problems, maybe these lost and found. So World Voices sometimes assist us to give us something, at least to feed these children. Sometimes they assist us to give transport. So we have benefited here and there.
And at the end of the day, we are able to reduce the number of inmates in prisons from 138 that I had found to around about 45, 49 inmates. Matters that have stayed in court for more than 8 to 10 years were sorted out by the help of World Voices bringing into existence what they termed the Bataka courts, where the elders of a place would sit to mediate and mitigate and ends out of court settlement of most of these land issues, which is rampant in the Chivale district.
The project has been able to link with other existing models such as Bataka Court model to enhance service delivery channels. This intervention continues to draw the much needed attention and support from the national level stakeholders such as development partners, other legal aid service providers, LabsNet, as well as jailers institutions such as justice centers, police, judiciary, to mention but a few.
The DGF also contributes to reduction of injustice in Uganda with other subcomponents such as access to justice and also peace and reconciliation. In our access to justice subcomponent, we have a big program for legal aid, working with government and non-state actors, deepening democracy and voice and accountability, support to citizens to be more aware of their rights and then claim their rights, participate into the democratic process, and also verify that the state actors are accountable to their citizens.
The IDF supports similar organizations to World Voices and has more than 50 grantees, and these are spread all over the country, and they are in thematic areas of governance and human rights.
We don't only provide funds alone, we also provide technical support to areas which are related to human rights and good governance. And I think World Voices has benefited from this through one-to-one interaction as well as the trainings we've always held with most of our grantees. Plus the relationship we have with DGF where they actually share a lot of information. So they benefit both with funds as well as technical expertise and also guidance in terms of what is happening somewhere else, especially for the work which is seen to theirs.
This has enhanced synergies and coordination in delivery of administration of justice to all, especially the vulnerable. Nevertheless, while we have registered numerous milestones, the task ahead remains huge and requires more robust support, effective coordination and synergy building in terms of consolidation of efforts, create more people-driven spaces, policy engagement and quality assurance and sustainability.
What I have found here is that World Voices is solving people's problems, and I am so happy. This means that the Bachiga resettlements issues in Kibale will be solved.